everybody. I'm just checking that I'm live. Which apparently I am. Hello to you all. Thank you for joining. And I did try a live about 15 minutes ago, but I got chopped off. Um, so back in the caravan now, and I'm just gonna hopefully try and point to something that I am seeing. Um, Point to something in order to help bring you peace and bring you awareness. Obviously, this live won't apply to everybody. Okay. um, Absolutely. um, but I know it will help some people because I'm seeing it building within the spiritual arena. um, So the subject is reliance on the outside of you for information, particularly timeline information, information about what will happen in the future, so to speak. The reliance outside of you, um, seeking outside of you for that information. And what I've been aware of since May is this intensity that has been building and building and building quite subtly and also quite blatantly. Um, it is in conjunction with the heightened energetic frequencies we're receiving. Um, but if you think this has been intense since May, um, people are starting to feel a little bit frazzled. Some people are, and that can affect their mental mind, their nerves, their anxiety, their stress, depending on their personality. It can get them frustrated, it can get them annoyed, um, it can bring apathy, all of these things depending on your personality. So I'm just speaking really to people that are struggling in a way within them with the information they're reading outside of themselves or hearing outside of themselves, in terms of what's happening with the collective, the greater picture, the timelines. Is there's a frustration happening where people are seeing lots of different people online saying different things, coming from different angles, different perspectives. And that's exactly how it is. It is how it works. That's the diversity. Can you see? That's the diversity. I've been sensing, not just one person, but quite a number of people, um, frustration that can lead to annoyance, or maybe even anger at people outside of them. This person is saying this, but this person over here is saying that, and the two don't correlate, and they should. But no, they shouldn't. They shouldn't correlate, because this person is in their creation. They're in their own timeline. And this person, me, over here, I'm in my creation, on my timeline. And you are in your creation and your timeline. So there's almost like a bit of a subconscious, so lack of awareness, subconscious idea out there that everybody should be saying the same thing. But we're all here for different reasons. All of us. All of us. We all have different soul missions. So not one person is ever going to say the same as another. And if a person is relying on the outside for the information to help them feel more settled, in terms of timelines, in terms of future, okay, to help them feel more settled, to help them have more faith, just look at that, right? Look at the gold within everything, because something that might seem frustrating, it has this beautiful gift within it that I call gold. And once you see it, you expand. So it's never a bad thing to feel frustrated or annoyed, but it's to see deep within what is running to make you feel that way, for you to react that way to the outer illusion. If we are looking outside of ourselves for validation, for information on what is happening, how the future will be, what we're not doing is flexing our own inner intuition that we all have. And I say that, right? Because all my life I didn't think I had any. It was something my mum had, and I didn't, and I always wished I had a bit of that, and I didn't. I thought I didn't have any. And then when I awoke in 2012 and found this spiritual arena which I didn't know existed, I saw these people with these gifts and intuition, and I thought, but I don't have any. But it develops like a muscle. You need to use it. And at first, it seems as weak as a weak muscle. It seems non-existent. But that's the part, that's where you have to climb the mountain of that. Climb the mountain and get to the top of your own mountain with that. Like I say, I thought I had none. So you have to go inward and take that journey, no matter how hard it seems, to then rely inwardly on your own guidance and your own intuition, and whatever way that comes for you. It's different for everybody, and it will just amplify all of it as we go forward. It already is. So even if you don't feel you have that now, it's the choice. You get to choose. Do you want to expand yourself and have your own inner knowing all the time of what is the highest thing to do? What am I being shown to do next? Am I being shown to sit still and go within to receive? Become reliant on yourself, not the outer illusion. Because just let's look at that in its highest, well, no, not its highest term, but definitely a higher frequency term, is in utter truth. You are the only one in your reality. Everyone outside of you, including me, is within your illusion. So if you are the only one in your own reality, by relying on yourself more, you end up mastering your own reality and your own creation. If you rely on information outside of you, which is normal, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, you know, the sort of mainstream media news, people rely on that for information. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing right or wrong with it. It's a choice. But if you're relying all the time, every day, on beings, actors in your illusion for information, look what you're doing. You're relying on the illusion itself. Do you see? So maybe, and this is just my advice, okay? Please take it or leave it. I don't mind. I never mind. I'm very at peace with knowing the diversity of everyone in this world. Some people will understand me, some people will resonate, some people won't. But I'm at peace with all of that. So, my advice in terms of when you're reading or listening to people outside of you would be to just look for validation of your own experience. Nothing more. When I awoke in 2012, my consciousness told me, and I'm sharing this to empower you, okay? It's not about me. It told me to rely on nothing and no one outside of myself for my embodiment. I was told my path would have stages and to focus only on embodiment to a particular stage, and that stage ended and began in March this year for me. But I was told right at the start, how many years ago? 10.5 years ago, to rely, and I didn't know a spiritual arena or community existed. I thought that was something that happened in the 1970s that I didn't know of. I didn't know there was a spiritual community. But my consciousness told me to not read any books, to not go on any courses, to not do any seminars, to not use crystals, to not use cards, to not use astrology, to not use a shawl. I was shown even the sort of placing of a shawl around me for comfort during meditation. I had no idea what that meant at the time. But I was told, no, not even a shawl around you, no altar, nothing, rely on nothing. And then I was shown myself in a desert where there's only sand. What would I rely on if I had nothing except my intuition and my wisdom within me to navigate by? So I was shown all of this. I didn't know what it all meant at the time because I was newly awakened and extremely ignorant, and I still am extremely ignorant and probably always will be. But my point is, I was told to rely on nothing outside of myself for my own embodiment. And then my consciousness said, although this will be the hardest route, it will be the quickest route. So can you imagine how hard that is? It's extremely hard to just rely only on what arrives within you as data and information, especially when you're newly awakened like I was, and I didn't think I knew anything or even how to access information. I didn't know how. Of course I didn't. I've been in mainstream for decades. So it takes faith. It takes trust in your own path. And your path will be different to my path and different to every single being's path outside of you. So if you know that you're the only one in your world, that everyone else is within the play, is within the drama, within the film, within the movie, that you are the creator of it. You are the one that can master it all and understand how to play. And the only way is by finding your way. Your way, not my way, but your way. So I actually see this timeline where people are noticing the diversity of information that's being presented by various people, including myself, obviously. But the diversity, people are wanting everyone to say the same thing. And sometimes that does happen. It does. And it's beautiful when it does. But to understand that that person is in their own creation, they're on their own path, they have their own purpose, they have their own influences that are representative of perhaps what they were before they came this lifetime. And you have yours. So the reason I see even that frustration people may feel as an absolute gift is because what you could look at, instead of saying, oh, they're saying this and they're saying that and they're saying that and none of that makes sense and it's annoying me and frustrating me, okay, it is just to see that beyond that, where does that annoyance and frustration come from within you? It's like a reliance that's unseen on the outside, in the illusion for information. You're relying on the illusion for information rather than your consciousness. And the more we go inward, the more we do have faith in ourself, our own self, the stronger that faith becomes. It becomes your own guiding light. You become your own energetic field. Now, the truth is that everybody in this whole world, and everything actually, you know, every tree, every animal, we all have our own energetic field. But the beauty of the human being is they can become consciously aware of it. And so a person that is relying for information outside of themselves, it's only because, and this is very innocent, it's very beautifully innocent, but they're relying on the outside for information because they haven't yet become conscious of the whole of their energetic field around them. And that's a process. So far it does take time, although I'm sure it will all speed up. Once you have embodied your whole energetic field around you, this becomes your world. This is it. This is where you come from. So you don't need information from outside of you. You'll interact with the outside, but you're not reliant on information to do with future timelines. Why? Because you are your future timeline. You are your future timeline. Another person is not your future timeline. You see how amazing it is? You're creating your future timeline. So what do you want to create? Align to that frequency within you. Sustain that frequency within you. Have faith in it. Have faith in yourself. So why am I talking about, this energetic field around you? So it's because what people call, and I always say what people call, even though I use the term, but I don't resonate with the term because I was never shown numbers of dimensions. I was shown light layers, weaving light layers that people call dimensions. But the reason I'm talking about your energetic field and this, we say embodiment, but actually it's already there. It's just that you're going to become conscious of it, if not already. And that's where you come from. That's where you create from. But why am I talking about the energetic field around you? Just you, yeah? Is because 5D, the baseline frequency of 5D is love, peace, and harmony. And everybody that attains that 5D state of frequency, it's an aligned frequency. Everybody in that frequency is love, peace, and harmony. Okay? So imagine that just for a moment. They're all operating from their own energetic field. There's no reliance on the outside in 5D for information about the future, because they've become their energetic field. And so you get lots and lots and lots and lots of different people, all that have embodied their energetic field. Everybody has embodied their own energetic field. And some people will be influenced by this, and some people will focus on this, and some people will be working with that over there, and some people won't. Everybody is coming from their own field and their own purpose. But because that baseline frequency is love, peace, and harmony, the diversity, the absolute diversity is loved. It's recognized as part of one. So there is no frustration that this person says this and this person says that, because you can literally see the person and their influences. You can feel their frequency, which is the baseline of love, peace, and harmony. And you're just respectful, you're just honoring, you're just allowing their creation for themselves over there, and then this one over there doing something different, or coming from a completely different aspect of themselves. And that's why they're here. So this is utter peace. And peace comes from acceptance. When there's no acceptance, there's no peace. So I hope that helps a little bit in explaining why, there's this vast awakened community, and whether the person is outward facing and public facing, or whether they're your friend or family member that's awakened, everyone has their own purpose to be here. And it's just that allowing. There's so much peace in just seeing that, yes, that person over there is doing that, and they're saying this. Does that apply to me? No, it doesn't. Stay to your path. In terms of, my awareness, there are groupings, and these groupings are based on resonant frequency. So that doesn't mean the same frequency. It means resonating to a frequency. And so within these groupings, one group will be a particular energetic frequency, of influence, and then there's another group that is a different energetic frequency of influence. And so if I say look outside of myself as an example, I'll take me, and I hear this person talking about this, this, and this, I know instantly, no, that's not for me. It's not for me. I know in the moment, I don't need to know that. And so it's just to, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Look to the outside in a way for validation of what you're feeling or intuiting yourself or seeing yourself, but not to rely on the outside for validation. And to, when you do listen to, say, me or anybody else, to just notice within you whether that information is for you or if it's just not for you. And that's okay. Just to be true to you. You don't need to learn everything. That's the other thing, which I'm glad I've decided, just in this moment to speak of. You don't need to learn anything, actually. I just want that to sink in. There's nothing to learn in here. It's the mind thinking it needs to learn. See, in the Western world, and I say this extremely loosely because there's diversity within the Western world too. But in the Western world, the culture is to learn with the mind. You go to school, you learn mathematics, you learn chemistry, you learn biology, you learn physics, history, geography. You learn with the mind, and then you're supposed to retain that information in your mind. And if you retain all that information in your mind, it's considered that your IQ is extremely high if you can memorize all the information outside of you. But it's learning with the mind. Whereas the whole of our expansion, in my understanding, through my journey, is expansion comes from the heart. You can't learn embodiment. You can only embody. And in my understanding, embodiment is by going quiet and going inside. So you're in those moments of not giving your attention all the time, your mind's attention to the illusion. You're coming away from the illusion and being within yourself in the quietness. And it's there that you can feel the subtleties. It's there that you learn the subtleties. You're saying yes to it. And so it expands and expands. This is why, it's like I say, on my path, I haven't been influenced by anything. I'm totally, utterly ignorant. And I don't want to learn. Even now, I don't want to learn with books and things. But I have noticed in the 10.5 years, that the sort of Eastern influence. And again, I say that very loosely because within the East, there's diversity. There's, the West has influenced the East as well. So, but within the, say, Indian culture of enlightenment, or the Buddhist way of enlightenment, their way is from within, in the stillness. And in a way, that's what I resonate with, because that way has been my expansion, even though I don't understand the Indian way at all. But I don't need to, because it's been shown and just developed within me. Do you see how relying on your own inner journey within you is what expands you, but it's through the heart. It's always through the heart. And just to finish off, because I realize now I've been talking about lots of different things, but just to finish off, if anybody is struggling, frustrated, and all those emotions that we could put under frustration, it's only the mind, it's only the thoughts that create those emotions of frustration. It's the thoughts in your own mind that create emotions. So if you find you're struggling mentally, which is easy to understand because we've been in intensity since May, is to just quietly notice that you're feeling the way you are. You're down, you're low, you're depressed, you're upset, you're emotional. And then take an in-breath into your high heart, your heart space. And breathe in, not air, but breathe in love. So you are breathing in air, yes, but ignore that. Just breathe in love into this heart center, and then just wait a few seconds. But don't count. Don't count in numbers, because that's using this mind again. It's the mind we want to quieten down. So just breathe in to your heart space. Wait, breathe in love to your heart space. There it is. Wait a few seconds, no more, and then breathe out that love to your brain. It's like energetically you're pushing that love up into your mind. You only, when you practice the breathing that way, you only need to breathe once, and your mind just lets go of all those thoughts that are creating emotions that are a lower vibration that then are running you, as opposed to you mastering those emotions and mastering the thoughts within you. And you know, that breath isn't limited to just breathing up into the mind. You can breathe in that love to your heart space, wait a few moments, you'll feel something. It's just the waiting. You're not seeking anything, you're just waiting there, and then you feel it. It kicks in, and you can just expand that love out to the whole of your body, to any part of your body, to the whole of your body, to your light field, to the world. It's up to you. It's limitless. See, it's always when we're in the human personality mind that we suffer. It's the only place of suffering, the personality. And when we're in it, we're in it. You know, we're in it. But then there comes the point where you see you're in the personality. And it's at that point, that's the golden point where you can choose to come out of personality. Just be the observer of yourself and choose to breathe love in, breathe love out. And so I just end by saying, you know, my own journey, my own perception of all of this is that it's really simple in its design. There's nothing to learn academically outside of you. I didn't read anything. I didn't go on courses. I can hear someone speaking and I just go, no, that's just too much. I don't need any of that. I think you know, when my soul chose this incarnation, it thought, no, just keep it simple. Keep it simple for this one, you know. Don't make it complicated. But the truth is, it's not. It's not complicated. It's just about choosing love. Love isn't weak. It's massively strong. It's infinite, and it's the gateway. Love is always the gateway. In this is a gateway here, and the more you come here and be love, the more you expand, and the more everything, in an esoteric sense, responds to you, because you're choosing love. You're choosing that energy. That's what expands. It's so simple. I just end by something very, very beautiful. I keep saying I'll just end, don't I? There you go. It's me. I just end with something so simple for you to stay with or be with if you wish to be. I was called to Israel, 2018, I think, just with a few key codes, meaning just a few pieces of information, not having a clue really why I was to go. But it unfolded when I was there. See, there's the trust. And I was shown when I was there. I was told a place that I couldn't write. I didn't know how to spell it. I didn't know how to pronounce it. But I found it on the map, and it was a place called Capernaum, which I can now pronounce. And when I got there, I could see that kind of like the influence or the emphasis within humanity there, you know, in terms of the sort of tourist attraction, was all to do with the disciple Peter. Okay, that's all it was really about. I didn't understand why I was sent there. And there was a statue of that was dedicated to Saint Peter, and so I just decided to sit under the statue and meditate and just be quiet. And Jesus came in. So that was my shock. I was in this place that seemed to be all about Peter, so I didn't expect Jesus to come through, but he did. And he spoke. And there's this one sentence that has stayed with me ever since, that he said, and that's the one I want to leave you with. He said, I have shown many the way, but they still do not see that the way is through their own heart. And that's it. That's how simple it is. It doesn't have to be complicated, unless you want it to be. And some might want it to be, and that's okay too, because that's their choice. You see, everybody's path is just easily, peacefully accepted. There's nothing to change. This is what's to change. This. So I hope some of my rambling has helped today. I don't know if it has, and you know, it's like I always say, if my way doesn't resonate for you, please just ignore it, ignore me, because there's going to be somebody out there that you will resonate with and align with, and that's what I love about the diversity in this whole massive collective awakening. There's someone for everyone. Okay, God bless you all, and I wish you all well. We are still within intensity, and it's just having that love and compassion, knowing that that people are in it. And just holding that space for everyone. I love you always, as always. And God bless. Bye bye for now. I hope some of that's helped. Bye bye.